Have you ever studied hard, but your exam didn't go as expected? Today, we ask one simple question: have assessment only about marks or about giving every student a fair chance to show real learning? Welcome to Pallikkutam Digest for Students, presented by Rajagiri Media. In this episode, we bring 5 student focused research stories, each one showing how assessments can become smarter, fairer, and more meaningful. Here is the first story. Creativity is not a distraction, it can actually improve exam performance.
On March 4, 2025, a study from the University of South Australia, UniSA, led by Professor David Cropley, looked at 637 students and their NAPLAN performance. The study found that creativity predicted literacy and numeracy performance strongly, challenging the idea that only rote basics matter. What it means for assessment: exams should reward flexible thinking, not just memorized answers. Dear students, practice open-ended questions and explain how you thought, not only what you wrote.
The second story: your inner drive matters and it can be built.
A Frontiers in Education study published on January 4, 2026, by Kunyue Yang and Dong Han, created a tool called CIMLQ to measure intrinsic motivation in engineering students in China. In a controlled study, motivation scores rose by 21.8%, and marks improved to 80.10 in the intervention group versus 76.57 in the control group. What it means for assessment: better learning is not only more study, it's also better motivation and support. So students, set small goals, track progress weekly, and learn with purpose, not just fear of marks.
Third story: AI tools like ChatGPT are now part of student life. So, schools must update rules and skills.
A PLOS 1 study published on February 5, 2025, led by the University of Ljubljana in Slovenia, by researchers Dejan Ravšeli and team, surveyed 23,218 students across 109 countries. 70% found ChatGPT interesting, but only 25% preferred it over peers. Students mainly used it for brainstorming, about 29%, and for summarizing, while just 11% turned to it for creative writing. A lot of students were worried about wrong answers, cheating, privacy, and, even weaker critical thinking. So here's a student tip: use AI for support, but always verify and, show your own thinking clearly.
The fourth story: AI can help learning when humans still guide and assessment happens regularly.
In August 2025, at Eurocall 2025 in Milan, Globis Professional University in Japan shared research from Hiroyuki Obari about a 14-week graduate program in Tokyo that used Gen AI alongside real human interaction. Students saw strong improvements. Their speaking jumped from CEFR B1 to B2, and writing scores rose from 6100 to 8200, with fewer grammar errors. So, what does this mean for assessment? Well, frequent low-stakes checks help students grow step by step, not just with one big final exam. Here's a student tip: practice regularly, take small tests often, and use feedback to improve every week.
Finally, sometimes the time of your exam can affect your chances. Yes, timing matters.
A study published on July 24, 2025, from the University of Messina in Italy with Frontiers, by Professor Massimo Mucciardi and researcher Vicario, analyzed over 100,000 plus oral exams. Pass rates followed a bell curve, with the best results seen around 11 in the morning to 1 in the afternoon, and lower results during 8 to 9 a.m. and 3 to 4 p.m. Researchers suggested reasons like body rhythms and examiner fatigue. Here's a student tip: protect your sleep, avoid last-minute panic, and choose your best time for high-stakes tasks whenever you can.
What is the big lesson from today's program? Assessment should test real learning and they should be fair. That means reward creativity and thinking, support motivation, use AI wisely with honesty, track progress with regular feedback, and even design exams more fairly because timing can matter. So, dear students, don't study only for marks, build skills, improve step by step, and show your thinking clearly. This is Pallikkutam Digest for Students, presented by Rajagiri Media. See you next time.